Top 7 Best AMD Motherboard 2023. Through extensive research and testing, I have put together the list of options that will meet the need of different types of buyers. So whether it's price, performance, or particular use, we have got you covered. For more information, I have put links of products in the description. Make sure to check it out. Like the video, comment, don't forget to subscribe, and let's get started. Number 7. Asus TUF Gaming B550 Plus. For those who are budget conscious, the Asus TUF Gaming B550 Plus is an excellent value motherboard with a focus on saving money. You've got a slightly less capable chipset in the B550M, but it is more than good enough for most AMD PC builds. The B550 chipset is what AMD launched to replace the aging B450 chipset. The noteworthy improvements are for Ryzen 3000 series processors, PCIe 4.0 for GPU and SSDs, and dual GPU configurations. The Asus TUF Gaming B550 Plus is an excellent example with a B550 chipset, rocking some awesome features. You could easily install a Ryzen 9 5950X without issue, and it would run just fine. There's no room for overclocking since it's simply not designed for enthusiast liquid nitrogen-cooled rigs. Still, you can run an enthusiast-grade system on such a small, budget-friendly foundation. Number 6. Gigabyte B650 Aorus Elite AX. Looking for a more value-orientated motherboard solution for your AMD Ryzen 7000 processor? That's precisely where the B650 chipset comes into play, and the Gigabyte B650 Aorus Elite AX is a brilliant choice. Don't let the affordable price throw you off, as this is one serious motherboard, replacing the B550 chipset. Found in our M4 budget pick below. The B650 adds full support for AMD Ryzen 7000 series processors, DDR5 RAM, and PCIe 5.0. The Gigabyte B650 Aorus Elite AX is a solid board that can handle even the AMD Ryzen 7950X with some overclocking to boot. The impressive power delivery design allows for some overclocking on such a CPU, and it could easily be considered overkill for Ryzen 7 and Ryzen 5 chips, as well as the latest technologies from AMD. Gigabyte through in 2.5 GB networking, VRM with adequate passive cooling, and plenty of rear ports for hooking up all your devices. Number 5. Asus ROG Strix Maximus 790 Hero. If you want to do some serious overclocking, the Asus ROG Strix Maximus 790 Hero is an excellent platform with plenty going for it. You've got seriously overkill VRM and power phase design, as well as a super fast 2.5 GB LAN, numerous ports, and a rock-solid BIOS. Like Gigabyte, Asus makes some enthusiast-grade motherboards for those with deep products. A motherboard like the Asus ROG Strix Maximus 790 Hero is perfect for building the PC of your dreams, rocking a 790 chipset. Fancy trying out the latest Intel Core in an i3-13900K? Go for it. This motherboard will be more than happy to come along for the ride. This board is a serious piece of kit, reflected in the price. You've got water cooling support for the VRM, and these are high-quality, premium components. All this allows one to overclock their processor and system to get even more performance from their PC without sacrificing system stability. Number 4. Gigabyte TR-X40 Aorus Master. This is where you can seriously blow through your budget quickly. This motherboard has a price tag that matches that of an entire PC build. This board unlocks support for the latest Threadripper processors from AMD, which can sport up to 64 physical cores. There are also 8 DIMM slots, ultimate RAM capacity, and plenty of other useful features. We heard you have some money to splash on your PC build. Well, a motherboard you should go for if you're considering AMD Threadripper. Unfortunately, due to these advanced processors' physical size, you can't throw one into a mainstream motherboard, so enter the TR-X40 platform. The Gigabyte TR-X40 Aorus Master has literally everything you need to build an incredibly powerful rig. You've got full support for up to a 64-core Threadripper CPU with 128 threads, 8 DDR DIMM slots for quad-channel RAM, server-class power distribution for stable overclocking, and even an audio ESS 9118 Sabre DAC. Number 3. Asus ROG Strix X570E Gaming Wi-Fi Roman 2. High-quality components, some serious heatsinks for the VRM, And the best chipset from AMD make the Asus ROG Strix X570E gaming Wi-Fi Roman 2 one of the best motherboards available for AMD PC in terms of value. Admittedly, it doesn't deliver all the features you'd find in enthusiast-grade boards, but this is about as good as you can get for a desktop motherboard, being one of the most important components to consider for a modern PC build. The motherboard is super important, but it's also challenging to get it wrong, so long as you buy one that matches the CPU you intend to install. If we're choosing one that strikes a delicate balance between performance and price for AMD fans, it would be the Asus ROG Strix X570E gaming Wi-Fi Roman 2. AMD Ryzen generation of processors is dominating Intel, and the best motherboard for us from Asus is a perfect match. This isn't the most capable AMD motherboard, but you likely won't require all the additional features that come with splashing out on the most premium motherboards around. AMD has used the M4 platform since Ryzen launched in 2017, and the X570 is the latest high-end chipset from the company. This platform will support not only Ryzen 3000 processors, but also the new 5000 series too. Number 2. Asus ROG Strix 690E Gaming Wi-Fi. Like the AMD best pick, this Asus ROG Strix 690E Gaming Wi-Fi is the Intel counterpart that works with the latest 12th gen processors from Team Blue. It also has high-quality components and all the base features you'd expect from a mid-tier motherboard, including support for up to 128GB RAM, Asus RGB lighting, support for pumps overclocking, and much more. Likewise, with our top Asus AMD pick, the ROG Strix 690E Gaming Wi-Fi motherboard is equally as good. You'll be receiving a PCB with the same high-end, premium components, as well as pretty much all the expansion you'll need for a capable PC setup. There's also pretty good 18+1 phase power delivery, which essentially means you can comfortably push this motherboard to its limit and beyond. Supporting 12th gen Intel processors, you can take advantage of Intel's latest high-performance CPU, throwing in super-fast PCIe 5.0 Amd 2 NVMe storage drives and enough RAM, up to 128GB to run Minecraft without issue. It's possible to use the 690E gaming Wi-Fi in a premium PC build with an Intel Core in an E12900K, making this one good value platform choice. Number 1. Asus Prime X670P. X670 motherboards are incredibly expensive at launch for the latest AMD Ryzen 7000 processors, but you can still find a decent deal on a new one. The Asus Prime X670P isn't as flashy as the new X670E motherboards that form the TUF and ROG Strix families, but it's got everything you need for a powerful AMD PC. Being one of the most important components to consider for a modern PC build, it's paramount you make the right choice to match the processor and RAM you either already own or plan on buying. Starting fresh or wanting the latest from AMD, you're going to require a motherboard with the 600 series AMD chipset. The Asus Prime X670P is one such motherboard. It's not the best AMD motherboard around, but it's also not priced out of this world. X670E boards can hit $500 and beyond, allowing you to save a little at launch and still make full use of the latest processors, as well as supporting AMD Ryzen 7000 processors. Thanks to the M5 socket, this Asus board also has the best chipset you can get in the form of the X670. The X670E is essentially an enthusiast board sticker. So guys, that's all for the top 7 best AMD motherboard 2023. The links of all products are given in the description, which are updated for the best prices. Subscribe our channel for more videos. We will meet in next video. Till then, take care. Bye.